From refusing to plaster his private life all over social media to being worth $120 million, these are some shocking facts about Mark Harmon that you never knew. The hunk has been gracing our screens since 1973, starring in a show called Ozzy's Girls. But he's best known for his role as Agent Gibbs on the hit show NCIS. And while he's worked on a whole lot of projects since then, including several movies and miniseries, you'll be shocked to know Harmon's a pretty private guy. Unlike other celebs, he doesn't even use social media and has kept everything from his marriage to his kids away from the spotlight. According to Mark, that's just how his family is. He's not a Facebook or Twitter kind of guy. And surprisingly, even his kids aren't big fans of social media. Even though both Harmon and his wife Pam Dauber have worked in the industry for a long time, not everything about it is natural for them. Dauber added that it's not like they're trying to keep it a secret, but considering how the paparazzi chews everyone up, they have no choice but to. I honestly get where they're coming from. Just look at how the media has been tearing apart Taylor Swift and Selena Gomez for decades, and tell me they're wrong. But did you know that instead of being an actor, Mark Harmon could have ended up becoming a carpenter? This totally explains Agent Gibbs' obsession with that boat in his basement. The actor revealed that it was his first choice as a career, but for some reason nobody would hire him. He didn't let the rejection stop him, though. Harmon enjoyed everything about it, from getting up early in the morning to driving to work. Man, sounds like he was really dedicated to his craft. For Mark, it was always about the materials, and if used right in any project, would definitely outlast you. The actor added that he still enjoys carpentry from time to time. But this wasn't the only job Harmon did before he started his acting career. After the carpentry thing didn't work out, Mark got a job at an ad firm and got promoted to a gig at a shoe company. But the problem was that the job required him to travel a lot, which eventually took a toll on him, and he decided that it wasn't worth missing family time over. That's pretty much how Harmon decided to pursue a career in acting instead, because that way he'd be able to bring in some mind-blowing dough without having to compromise on family time. This just goes to show you how much the actor loves his family. Speaking of family, did you know that Harmon comes from a long line of entertainers? It does explain how the actor has been to do so well in the industry. His father, Tom Harmon, was a sportscaster, as well as a football player at the University of Michigan, and even won the Heisman Trophy in 1940. But his greatness doesn't stop there, because Tom was drafted into the NFL the following year, in 1941. This explains why Mark was a star quarterback at UCLA. You heard that right. He played for the Bruins in 1972. This guy just got a whole lot of interesting. Besides his father, Mark's sister Kristen Nelson married one of the first rock singers in the industry, Ricky Nelson, who even starred in the hit sitcom The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet. Harmon's niece, Tracy Nelson, is also an actress, and his nephews, Matthew and Gunnar, were members of the Nelson Metal Band. Damn, the list goes on, but it doesn't end there. Mark's other sister, Kelly Harmon, became famous for being a spokesperson for the candy brand Tic Tacs. And finally, we have his wife, the gorgeous Pam Dauber, who was already a seasoned actress before Harmon married her, and even starred in the famous sitcom Mork and Mindy. Talk about having an entire Hollywood portfolio as your family. Considering how popular he is in the entertainment industry, you'd think the actor had offers coming in, left, right, and center, right? Nope. He surprisingly struggled a lot before becoming the heartthrob we all love. The actor's first television appearance was in a Kellogg's commercial for their product 9-Teen cereal, alongside his father, who was a longtime TV ambassador for the cereal. Bet his father's connection was the main reason he got the gig in the first place. Anyways, after that, Harmon even became the face of Coors beer, and in the 1980s appeared in over 20 beer commercials. The man was really starting to hit it big now, even though Mark was offered the lead in a number of shows like Reasonable Doubts, Emergency, and Charlie Grace. Sadly, none of them made it past the first season. His big break finally happened when he starred in NBC's medical drama Saint Elsewhere as Dr. Robert Caldwell and received a lot of praise for the role. In between, Harmon tried his hand at some movie roles, but quickly realized that the higher paycheck wasn't worth missing family time over, because one movie had him stay away from home for months at a time. Now isn't that wholesome? Anyways, Mark also appeared in the drama series West Wing and was even nominated for an Emmy because of it. His performance was amazing enough to catch the attention of Jeg's producer. Surprise, surprise, he was asked to do a cameo on the show. The best thing to come out of that was the showrunners later announcing a spin-off titled NCIS, and the rest is history. But did you know that, like his on-screen persona Agent Gibbs, Harmon's a hero in real life too? That's right. Back in 1996, one night outside his house, two teenagers were involved in a pretty bad car accident. Mark put his life on the line to save them from the burning vehicle. He smashed the car window using a sledgehammer he had in his garage and got them out of there. Mark smothered their flaming clothes by jumping on top of them. The two kids ended up with severe burns, but thanks to Harmon, they were able to recover completely. Just when you think you can't love him more, he goes ahead and wins your heart all over again. Considering how hot the actor is, it wasn't surprising when I found out he was named the sexiest man alive back in People's Magazine back in 1986, a title that was initially given to Mel Gibson. The actor recalled that he found out about it while playing basketball with his friends. So you can imagine how much fun they would have made of him, seeing his face plastered in every single magazine on multiple newsstands. But that's not all, though. Back in 2011, the actor was voted the fourth most popular actor on primetime television, and since then he's been one of the most popular actors in the industry. If you've seen NCIS, then you know that Gibbs has a slight limp when he walks. This left fans wondering if it was an act for the show, or does he really have a problem? Turns out Harmon has an abducted left knee, which he got from his football career, as well as two fractured shoulders. One while he was filming in a summer school and another while he was shooting a Coors commercial. But that's not the end of his injuries. While at a spring football camp at UCLA in 1973, he even shattered his clavicle. Ouch! Despite it all, though, Mark's as fit as they come. The actor loves running, and during his teenage years even ran for 45 miles straight in a single go. By the time he'd graduated college, he'd gone up to 60 to 70 miles. These days, the actor's really into Pilates and claims that it keeps him in great shape. Apparently, he has his shoulder injury to thank for that. By now, I'm sure you're all curious to know exactly how much Mark is worth. Well, the dashing hunk's worth a whopping $120 million. Looks like NBC is paying the actor a pretty penny per episode for NCIS, close to $25,000 to be precise. This makes him one of the highest paid actors in Hollywood. Mark has also received production credits, along with performing credits for each episode. But considering how Harmon lives, you'd never be able to tell he's a millionaire. The actor is all about the simple life. He's not a huge spender at all, and is a huge believer of doing your own housework rather than hiring a helper. His wife Pam is definitely living the high life. Speaking of which, Dauber herself is worth around $10 million, which makes the couple's total net worth around $130 million. Not bad. In the afternoon, Mark will sometimes brush up on his carpentry skills, work on his car, or just cook with his wife, because these are the moments that he cherishes the most in his life. So there you have it, folks. From having a total net worth of $120 million to refusing to plaster his private life all over social media, these were some shocking facts about Mark Harmon that you never knew.